Hello, dear students. Once again, I welcome all the standard 10 students on this online classes. Already we have finished your second chapter, that is work, power and energy. Many things related to work, power and energy already we have discussed, and I hope all of you have understood that one properly, and I hope you all are going through your book also properly. Today we will be going to discuss some of the questions from your section exercise chapter 2, okay, so that it will be helpful for you. So without delaying, let's get started this one. So the first question, it is given here. What is that? Is it possible that no transformations of energy may take place even when a force is applied to a body? First of this chapter already we have read about this one. Yes, already we have read it. Yes. So even if the force is applied, but still we can say, or according to the physics, we have not performed any kind of work. Try to remind that one. What is the example? If we are applying a force on the wall, obviously we are applying the force on the wall, but still that wall is not moving anywhere. So in that case, there is no transformations of energy takes place. Okay. So the answer is yes only. Okay. Then the next question, a body is thrown vertically upwards. Its velocity keeps on decreasing. What happens to its kinetic energy as its velocity becomes zero? See, while we are throwing any substance or any object in vertically upward directions, its potential energy goes on increasing. That means that kinetic energy get converted into potential energy. And when it reaches to a certain height, from where it again comes back to the earth's surface, at that point, whole of the kinetic energy get changes into potential energy. So what happens to its kinetic energy? So what we can write? Kinetic energy changes to potential energy. So when it reaches to a particular height, reach to a particular height, at that time, whole of the kinetic energy get transformed into potential energy. Okay. Then the next question, give one relevant example for each of the following transformations of energy. So different transformations of energy already we have discussed, which all are given in your book also. Okay. Then let us start here. First one, number A, kinetic energy to potential energy. See, if the person rides the bike to the top of a hill, no doubt kinetic energy, because of the kinetic energy, it will be moving. Okay. So because that person who rides that bike to the top of the hill, because that person is taking his bike to top of the hill, its gravitational potential energy increases. So in that case, that kinetic energy get transformed into potential energy. Okay. Did you understand this one? Then the next one, B, mechanical energy to electrical energy. Electric generators are the best example of this, where because of the mechanical energy, that electrical energy produced. So inside that generator, electric generator, one fans will be there. Okay. While it is rotating, at that time one armature coil will be present inside that magnetic field. Yes. So when that armature coil start rotating inside that magnetic field, automatically that electric current is generated. Okay. So in that case, mechanical energy to electrical energy occur. Okay. Then electrical energy to heat energy. This one is simple one. Toasters, water heaters are the example where because of the electrical energy, that heat energy we can get. So here the transformation of energy occurred from electrical energy to heat energy. Okay. Then the next one, heat to light energy. This one is also very simple one. That filament of a glowing bulb, yes, when the switch is on, at that time the filament get heated. Yes. And when it get heated, that heat energy get converted into light energy. Then chemical energy to electrical energy. Yes? So in that case, what is the example of that one? Chemical energy to electrical energy. In case of cell or battery, chemical reaction occur, and when that chemical reactions occur, electrons start moving towards a particular direction. So in that case, chemical energy to electrical energy. The examples are cell and batteries. Okay. Then the next one, sound energy to electrical energy. What is the example here? Microphone is the example. So in that microphone, because of the sound, you know that one, if there is a vibrations, then that vibrating object is capable to produce sound. So that vibrating object strike on a armature coil continuously, because of which that vibrations takes place inside that magnetic field. So the electrical energy can be generated. So from sound energy to electrical energy get converted, okay, in case of microphone. Then electrical energy to mechanical energy. The best examples are there, fans, mixture grinders. Yes, because of the electrical energy we are getting mechanical energy. The blades will be rotating. Okay. So up to this much I think all of you have understood. Then derive an expressions for kinetic energy. You know that one, kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, and exactly the derivations is given in your book also. Okay, you must go through it. Yes, that direct derivation is given already. Okay, then the next one, number 5, define the term potential energy. What is potential energy? It is the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its positions. Yes, it's depend upon the positions of an object, where it is present and how much height it is from the ground. Okay, then how is it measured? If we know the mass and height of the object, then we can easily calculate that one by using the formula m into g into h, where m stands for mass of the object, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height of the object. Okay, so in that way we can measure that one also. Simple one only. Then number 6, two identical bodies P and Q are kept at heights h and 2h respectively. Two different bodies are there which are identicals. Okay, that means we can take the mass of P and Q as same. That means same mass both are having, but they are kept at different height. One is kept at height h, another one is kept at height 2h respectively. Okay, then find the ratio of their gravitational potential energy. So how can we calculate that one? So potential energy of P is equal to mgh, because P is kept on a height h. Then potential energy of Q is mg into 2h. Yes, because that Q is kept at a height 2h only. Then we have to find out the ratio. mgh is to 2mgh. So mgh will cancel. What will come? 1 is to 2 is only come. Okay. So the ratio of their gravitational potential energies is 1 is to 2. Okay, simple one also this one. Then number 7, what is the law of conservations of energy? Law of conservations of energy, several times I said that one. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can transform from one form to another form. Okay, that one is the law of conservations of energy. So while one more thing is there, one more point is there, while it is transforming from one form to another form, whole of the energy remain constant only. Okay, so this one is the law of conservations of energy. Then next number 8, state the energy changes which occur when a moving car is brought to rest by its brakes and the car is then driven to the top of a hill. So obviously all the moving object, you know that one, contain kinetic energy. energy due to its motions is called the kinetic energy by virtue of its motions. Yes, so all the moving object is having kinetic energy. So when that brake is applied, at that time it will be going to stop after some time. So the kinetic energy get converted into potential energy. Yes, then again the car is driven to the top of the hill. Then what will happen? That because of the kinetic energy it will start moving, and that kinetic energy get converted into potential energy. Okay, I hope all of you have understood this one. Then the next number, number 9, when you compound a coil spring, you do work on it, what happens to its elastic energy? Obviously in case of spring, whether we are stretching it or compressing it, we are performing some work on it, so its potential energy or elastic potential energy increases because we are performing some work on it to compress it or to stretch it. Okay, so whenever we are releasing that one, what will happen? Again it will come back to its original conditions. Okay, so its elastic energy increases. Yes, then the next number, number 10, or the last one. Today 10 numbers, total 10 numbers we will discuss. Next class again 10 numbers we will be discussing. Okay, which unit is bigger, electron volt or joule? Obviously joule is the bigger unit, because you know that one, electron volt, on which case it is used, the energy possessed by the subatomic particles like electron, proton, neutron. Yes, so obviously joule is the bigger unit. So up to this much I think all of you have understood. Again you must go through your book also. Okay, thank you.